If you're involved in cryptocurrency, you probably know it can feel a bit, well, chaotic sometimes. Like the Wild West. Amazing chances, sure, but also, hidden dangers everywhere.
Right.
So today our mission is really to help you spot those dangers before they become a problem for your investments. We're doing a deep dive into crypto scams, rug pulls, all that stuff, looking specifically at 2025. We've gathered a bunch of sources, articles, research, expert takes to hopefully cut through the noise for you.
That's exactly it. And it's not just about listing dangers A, B, and C. The idea is to give you the tools, the actual strategies, and frankly, the mindset to critically look at projects yourself.
Okay, perfect. So let's start building that foundation. For someone listening who really wants to be proactive, what are the absolute core principles, the non-negotiables for staying safe in crypto?
Well, the first one, and honestly, this is paramount, never ever trust guaranteed returns. If any project promises you guaranteed profits or risk-free returns, especially those really high fixed percentages, just assume it's a scam.
Right. Because legitimate investing always involves risk.
Always. Exactly. Those guarantees, but almost always hiding something unsustainable, like a Ponzi, or just bad tokenomics ready to implode.
Okay, that makes total sense. And it leads right into what feels like the mantra of crypto. Do your own research, DYOR. But that's more than just a slogan, isn't it? It's like serious work.
Oh, absolutely. It's foundational. And DYOR isn't just, reading the project's website. It means digging deeper. Look at the team. Are they public? Can you verify who they are? Do they have a track record?
So no anonymous teams if you can help it.
Ideally, yes. Transparency is key. Then read the white paper critically. Does it make sense? Is there a real use case? Are the tokenomics clear? Vague language is a huge red flag. And crucially, look for third-party audits, smart contract audits.
Audits, right. Let's pause on that for a sec. Why are those third-party smart contract audits so incredibly important? Break that down a bit.
Sure. So smart contracts are basically the code that runs the show in a crypto project. They handle the money, the rules. An audit by an independent security firm means someone else, an expert, has checked that code for bugs, for hidden traps, or, ways the developers could just pull the rug.
Ah, okay. So without an audit, you're kind of flying blind on the technical security side.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a massive risk not to have one, or to have one from a sketchy, unknown auditor.
Got it. Okay, so we've got no guaranteed returns. Do your research, check the audits. What about the places we actually, trade and hold crypto? The platforms.
Right. Super important. Stick to reputable platforms. Use well-known, established exchanges and wallets, ones with a history, security track record, maybe even some regulatory oversight, depending on where you are.
And avoid the brand new, shiny ones that just popped up.
Definitely avoid the unknown or unregulated ones. They are just magnets for scams. Really common hotspots.
Okay. Now, for something maybe more fundamental, almost basic, but absolutely critical, your keys. Protecting your private keys.
Yes. This cannot be stressed enough. Never, ever share your seed phrase or your private keys. Ever. With anyone. For any reason.
No legitimate service will ask for those, right?
Never. Anyone asking is trying to scam you, period. Think of them as the literal keys to your vault. Store them offline, securely. A hardware wallet is really the gold standard here. It keeps them disconnected from the internet.
Makes sense. Physical separation. So, thinking about our overall digital security hygiene, what else should be standard practice?
Good question. Enable security features everywhere you can. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, use it. On your exchange accounts, your wallets, everything. Keep your software updated, your browser, your wallet apps, your OS. Updates often patch security holes.
And be careful where you click.
Absolutely. Double-check URLs. Phishing is rampant. Scammers make fake websites that look exactly like the real thing. Always type the address yourself or use a trusted bookmark. Don't click links in emails or DMs you weren't expecting.
Okay, those are solid foundational rules. Now let's shift gears a bit. Let's build like a spotter's guide. What are the specific red flags, the warning signs that should make you slam on the brakes?
All right, yeah, let's run through some key ones. First, as we touched on, an anonymous or unverifiable team. Why is it dangerous? Zero accountability. Easy for them to just vanish with the money.
Okay, big one. What else?
No third-party audit or a dubious one. We covered why. Hidden flaws, potential backdoors in the code, another huge one. Unlocked or very low liquidity.
Explain liquidity in this context again, quickly.
Sure. Think of liquidity as the pool of funds available on an exchange that allows you to easily buy or sell the token. If that pool isn't locked by a smart contract, the developers can literally just pull all the valuable assets out, leaving the token worthless and unsellable. That's the rug pull mechanism offer.
Got it. So unlocked liquidity means they hold the plug. What about price action?
Yeah, watch out for sudden, crazy price spikes, especially for unknown coins. Often that's a setup. A pump and dump, they hype it, draw people in, then the insiders dump their tokens, crashing the price.
Classic manipulation.
Classic. And related, unrealistic promises. If it sounds way too good to be true, astronomical returns, guaranteed profits it is. That's just the lure.
What about how the tokens themselves are distributed?
Good point. Check the token distribution. If, like, 5 wallets hold 80% of the tokens, that's a huge risk. Those few whales can crash the market whenever they want by selling.
Gives them way too much control.
Exactly. Also, look at their communication. Are comments disabled on their social media? Are they deleting critical questions? That lack of transparency is a bad sign. They should be engaging with the community.
And influencers.
Ah, yes. Be very wary of aggressive influencer marketing, especially if it feels over the top or lacks disclaimers. Often those influencers are just paid shills who haven't done their own research. They're just reading a script.
Okay, that's a great list of red flags. Really paints a picture. Now, you mentioned rug pulls specifically. They seem particularly nasty. How do we focus in on avoiding those specifically? It feels like they're getting more sophisticated.
They are. So for rug pulls, number one is checking for those liquidity locks we talked about. Use tools like blockchain explorers or dedicated platforms. There are sites that track this to see if the liquidity pool tokens are locked in a contract and for how long. Months or years is good. Unlocked is bad.
So verify the lock exists and isn't just like for 24 hours.
Precisely. Check the duration. Also, really scrutinize that token distribution again. If the devs or a few wallets hold a massive chunk, they can still dump on the market, even if some liquidity is locked.
Right, it's not just about the liquidity pool itself.
Correct. And verify those smart contract audits again. Look for reputable firms. Don't just take their word for it. Sometimes you can even use Explorer tools to look for suspicious functions in the contract, though that gets a bit technical. Things that might allow minting infinite tokens or blocking sales.
Okay, what else? Yeah, any practical steps when first engaging?
Yeah, definitely. Start small. If you're interested in a new, risky project, only put in a tiny amount first. Test the waters. And critically, try selling a small amount almost immediately after buying.
Why is that?
Some scam tokens, called honeypots, are coded so you can buy them, but you can never sell them. Only whitelisted wallets, usually the scammers, can sell, so testing a small sell order confirms you actually can exit your position.
That's a sneaky one, wow.
It is. And finally, monitor their communications. If the team suddenly goes quiet, deletes their Telegram or Discord, website vanishes, those are massive rug pull warnings. Active, ongoing, transparent communication is generally a positive sign.
It really does sound like being a bit of a detective is part of the game here. Constant vigilance. Now, thinking ahead to 2025, scammers are always innovating, right? What are the newer tactics we need to be watching out for?
Absolutely. The landscape keeps shifting. One big emerging threat is AI-generated deepfakes. Scammers use AI to make incredibly realistic videos or voice messages pretending to be someone you trust.
Like a project lead or a known influencer.
Exactly. Imagine getting a video call that looks and sounds perfectly like Vitalik Buterin telling you about a secret investment opportunity or asking for funds. It's getting harder to spot the fakes.
So how do you combat that?
Verification through a separate channel is key. If you get a weird request, even if it looks legit, contact the person through a known, trusted method, a phone number you already have, an official email address you look up yourself to confirm. Don't trust the channel the suspicious message came through.
Okay, that makes sense. What else is evolving?
Well, phishing and fake platforms are getting more sophisticated too. They might use convincing fake ads on social media or search engines. So that advice about typing URLs yourself or using trusted bookmarks, it's more important than ever. Never just click links, especially for exchanges or wallets.
The old tricks still work, just with new paint.
Pretty much. Also, make use of scam trackers. There are websites and communities dedicated to listing known scam projects or addresses. Before aping into something new, do a quick search on platforms like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. They often flag suspicious projects. Or check dedicated crypto scam databases.
Like a quick background check.
Exactly. And just generally stay informed, follow reputable crypto news sites, maybe some trusted security researchers on social media. Knowing the latest tactics helps you recognize them.
Okay, so beyond avoiding the outright scams, are there just some good general best practices for managing crypto security overall?
Definitely. Think about segmenting your crypto. Don't keep everything in one place. Maybe have a hot wallet on your phone or browser for small daily transactions. Use a hardware wallet for your long-term holds, your serious investments. And maybe even a separate wallet just for experimenting with high-risk DeFi stuff.
So if one gets compromised, it doesn't wipe you out completely.
Precisely. It limits the blast radius. Also, diversification. Don't go all in on one single project, especially a new, hyped one. Spread your investments around. And tied to that is the golden rule. Only invest what you can truly afford to lose. Crypto is volatile. Be prepared for losses.
Sound financial advice in any market, really.
It is. And finally, don't be afraid to seek advice if you're unsure. Talk to experienced crypto users you trust, maybe a financial advisor who actually understands the crypto space, though be careful there too. Just be wary of anyone online promising guaranteed riches or pressuring you to act fast.
Right. Get a second opinion, but choose your advisors wisely.
Exactly.
Okay, this has been incredibly insightful. We've covered a lot, from foundational rules to specific red flags and newer threats. The core message really seems to be about empowerment through knowledge, right? Being proactive.
That's the goal. If you consistently apply these practices, doing thorough research, prioritizing security with keys and MFA, choosing platforms wisely, learning to spot those red flags, and having a sensible investment strategy, you really can navigate this market, even in 2025, much more safely. It doesn't eliminate risk, but it reduces it significantly.
So as we wrap up, here's something to think about. In a world where technology like AI is constantly creating new tools, both for building amazing things and, unfortunately, for scamming people, how will you personally keep adapting? How will you ensure your vigilance evolves to stay one step ahead of those looking to exploit the unwary in this fast-moving space? Keep learning, keep questioning.